Hey, what's up? This is StormMakerX, and welcome to another edition of the Mandalorian Armor Kit Build Series. This one being entitled Sniper Rifle Number 2, Dissection. In this video, we will be taking the ever-known long-shot Nerf blaster and turning it into a con-friendly sniper rifle prop weapon. So, in order to do that, we will be taking out the parts we don't need and making it toward that is just what it is, a prop weapon. Now, a little footnote here. Even if you do this, it is still a possibility you will be turned down as far as bringing this prop weapon inside the convention. And if so, just remember, it's not against you, it's just trying to make it, friendly and safe for everybody else. It is what it is, and it's unfortunate. But you can blame the crazy people that have existed and have done the stuff that they've done. But nevertheless, just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Okay? Now, as mentioned in the first video, we will be taking this out. We're not going to need that. We might turn it into a lovely prop weapon later, but that won't be in this trend right now. So, the first thing we're going to have to do is take out anything that would restrict us from being able to, to get inside. This being part of it, because the mold is in two pieces. The parts two sides, as you can see right here. So anything that would keep us from pulling it apart, we need to make sure to undo. This will probably end up being something we'll have to take care of too. Possibility it was screwed in, so if that be the case, we'll just unscrew that and pull it like that. Next thing afterwards, we are going to have to start unscrewing every single screw in order to get inside to pull out all those springs and everything else that would cause the dart to be able to, fire from out the gun in the first place. Making it toward, again, like I said, it makes it more con-friendly. I can also tell that what we're going to have to do, we're going to also have to go inside and get this side too and pull it off first. So, I got a lovely screwdriver right here, and I'm going to start getting onto that. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off right here for right now, and that way I can just, spend the time necessary to unscrew all these screws, and I'll get back with you guys in just a minute. After spending about 10 minutes of unscrewing and pulling things apart, here's where I'm at right now. First off, this is the end part of the rifle. As you can see, it was screwed into position on the back. This is the part that actually, could extend or collapse depending upon what you needed at the time. So these held everything in place between these two, so you have to unscrew that one first. The next one is these two pieces. The biggest thing is because it is the one thing in the middle of the blaster, and believe it or not, because it's on both sides, it would actually still hold the blaster together besides just the screws. So believe it or not, this is not screwed into the other side like that. Believe it or not, it was actually popped in or clicked in because it's designed toward that you can just pop it in like that. To pop it off, just take a screwdriver and then just gently find a good position on the inside and then just add a little pressure and make it pop off. Just be careful not to do any damage on the outside when you do it, because we definitely don't want to any unnecessary damage would cost a little bit more time. So alright, I've unscrewed everything else, so let's take a look. Alright, there we go. Now, one of the biggest things about trying to make this thing con-friendly is to remove all the springs and also the firing mechanism as well. So, as you can probably see, we have several springs. We have this one, we got this one right here, the two back here, in case you didn't see it. There's also one right here, one there, and then one right underneath it. So yeah, there's quite a few springs, so we're just going to have to remove them all. If we have to, we'll put something in their place to go ahead and keep the gun looking position and everything like that. And then we're going to have to do something with this particular piece. If we have to, we will replace this whole thing with PVC piping. It'll be like one long piece going from this end all the way out, extending out of the gun. so therefore it gives it that nice long-barreled sniper rifle look. On top of that, the bipod legs, believe it or not, can be unscrewed, so that's actually a good thing. The only thing is we'll have to look around to see if we can get some bipod legs. If we're going to actually try to make it a little bit more official, we're going to have to make sure to find a set that's actually going to, that's going to work with this, that can easily be attached. If not, we'd have to modify it, which could take time and could probably be a pain in the neck. But that's what you're dealing with when you're trying to mod a gun that already pre-exists. You have to work with what you have, and then just, slowly work with it and take your time. Anyway, as time comes and once we get all this removed and taken care of, the next thing is to start trying to shape it a little bit on the outside, which I will show all the details as far as what I'm going to do with that. So let me go ahead and start taking out parts we don't need real quick, and then be right back. Alright, after spending about 20 minutes, we are now moving on to the final phase of the process. So, as you can see, I took out the complete firing mechanism and all the springs and placed them over here. The bipods have also been removed, and they're over here right now. One thing to keep in mind when you are, taking out the parts and removing them, just be careful, because some of those pieces are kind of interconnected, so it might take a little bit more patience and time trying to remove them. And if so, just, slowly work at it and unscrew what you need to unscrew, and then just remember where all the pieces go, and you should be able to put it back together in no time. And so the main things we're going to keep on the inside is going to be the shell here on the top, which is where, if the dart jams inside the gun itself, you can slide it back, take it out, and put it back into position. And in this case, what we'll do is we'll glue that back, glue that in position, and so therefore it actually stays that way. There'll be no need for it to slide open and close for nothing. Also, we are going to need to do something with this part right here, and this portion right here. To keep this in position right here, we are going to have to put something in its place, probably some pieces of plastic, maybe something like Bondo, so therefore it actually holds it there, and that way it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't slide out or nothing like that while walking around. This portion right here might see about looking into some rubber, just so therefore it, I can make it look like you can pull the trigger or something like that. Although that might make it not so con friendly, because that might give a very bad signal to the people watching the gates and everything like that. But we'll see. That's something to be debated later. This piece right here is also kind of important, because this holds the scope in position. It goes right here. We might do something to it, probably stick some center in there, some very thin pieces, and so therefore the scope will stay in position without any problems. So also keep in mind, if you have to remove all the springs in your gun, make sure to remove them out of your magazine too. This one took a minute because I had to unscrew the two screws down here below, and I had to pry it open, because when they designed this, they made it toward you can't pop it open so easily. Matter of fact, without damaging it. So just slowly work with it. The springs you'll be dealing with are these right here. Yep, believe it or not, that was in there. And just slowly work it out. And then this piece too, because if you don't, what ends up happening is you'll actually do a little bit of damage when trying to pry it. It can be done, because this right here, this one does not have any nicks or anything on it. So, and like I said, just go slow with it, be careful, and you'll be able to get it out. So that pretty much covers everything for this part of the process. Next video will focus on reconstructing and prepping as far as putting this gun together and making it into the sniper rifle I intend for it to be. So, alright, with all that being said, if you like what you just saw, just hit the like button. If you like to ask a question or leave a comment down below, definitely hit it. And if there's any questions, I'll answer as soon as possible. And on top of that, if you'd like to keep up with any other future works or any other videos I'll upload later, just hit the subscribe button, and I'll definitely keep it consistent. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video.